February, the month of amethyst, is in full swing, and I continue to explore the amethyst jewels in royal collections. In my previous video, we talked about the most grand and famous royal amethysts, magnificent parures, tiaras, and necklaces that belong or once belonged to members of royal families. If you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description. Today, however, I want to focus on lesser-known but equally fascinating amethyst jewels from the British royal family. These include brooches, necklaces, and jewelry sets that don't always receive much attention but hold intriguing stories. We will talk about Queen Mary's forgotten jewels, Queen Elizabeth II's unusual amethyst brooches, which may have once been part of the Duchess of Kent's antique ornaments, Princess Diana's elegant amethyst set, and Queen Camilla's personal collection of amethysts. Before we begin, please support my channel by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you. Among the amethyst jewels of the British royal family, there is one particularly rare and historically significant brooch linked to two great dynasties, the Windsors and the Romanovs. This is the Fabergé amethyst brooch, which once belonged to Queen Mary and, as far as we know, was never worn after her reign. This exquisite jewel became a kind of souvenir from the last meeting between the British and Russian royal families, which took place in August 1909 on the Isle of Wight. During Cow's Week, King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra hosted Emperor Nicholas II, Empress Alexandra Fyodorovna, and their children aboard the royal yacht Victoria and Albert. The visit was not only a family reunion, but also a diplomatic occasion, strengthening the ties between the two monarchies. As a memento of this event, the Russian imperial couple presented the Princess of Wales, the future Queen Mary, with a brooch crafted by Fabergé. It features diamonds and an amethyst set in silver, with a diamond bow suspending a hexagonal amethyst of a rich violet hue. Interestingly, this piece can be worn both as a brooch and as a pendant, as it has a special fitting for hanging. Although Queen Mary was known for her love of amethysts and frequently wore similar jewels, no portraits or photographs exist of her wearing this specific brooch. Perhaps she considered it too small for official occasions, or maybe over time, the brooch became a poignant reminder of the tragic fate of the Romanovs, whom she had last seen on that summer day in 1909. After Queen Mary, the brooch passed to Queen Elizabeth II and is now part of the royal collection. However, throughout her long reign, the Queen was never seen wearing it. Will this jewel remain in the shadows of history, or will it one day reappear in the royal spotlight? For now, that question remains unanswered. The late Queen Elizabeth II does not appear to have been particularly fond of amethysts, especially when compared to her extensive collections of sapphires, rubies, and pearl jewelry. Nevertheless, her jewelry box did contain several intriguing amethyst brooches. In my previous video, I already talked about the brooch from the Kent amethyst parure, so to avoid repeating myself, today I will show you some of the other amethyst brooches from her collection. One set of brooches that stands out consists of two similar amethyst floral brooches, which, at first glance, are easy to mistake for a single piece. They share the same overall design, featuring amethysts and diamonds set in yellow gold in a floral motif. However, upon closer inspection, subtle differences emerge. One brooch features two large pear-shaped amethysts at the top, while the other has one pear-shaped amethyst and one round amethyst in the same area. There is no confirmed provenance for these brooches, but they have been in the Queen's collection since at least the early 1990s. One of their earliest documented appearances dates back to 1993, when Queen Elizabeth II wore one of them for her annual Christmas speech. Some royal jewelry enthusiasts have speculated that these brooches may have a connection to the Kent amethyst parure. I came across an interesting theory among jewelry historians suggesting that these brooches may not have originally been brooches at all. Instead, they could have been hair ornaments or combs from an older set of jewels, possibly belonging to Viscountess Melbourne and later passed down to the Duchess of Kent, the mother of Queen Victoria. Interestingly, despite being a coordinating pair, the Queen never wore them together, always opting to use just one at a time. In the last decades of her reign, these brooches became a regular part of her wardrobe. She often paired one of them with a deep purple coat and a matching hat adorned with white and lilac flowers, or with a soft lilac ensemble, maintaining her signature approach to carefully coordinating her jewelry with her outfits. Another amethyst jewel in Queen Elizabeth II's collection was the thistle brooch, representing the national symbol of Scotland. Unlike the delicate floral amethyst brooches mentioned earlier, this piece has a bolder and more sculptural design, combining multiple gemstones. The brooch is set with diamonds, gold, emeralds, and a carved amethyst, which forms the center of the thistle flower. The Queen primarily wore this brooch during official engagements in Scotland, where she had a deep personal connection. One of its last notable appearances was in June 2022, when she attended the Armed Forces Loyalty Parade at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. The exact origins of the brooch remain a mystery. Some believe it may have been part of a set of national symbol brooches gifted to the Queen by the Sultan of Oman to mark her Diamond Jubilee in 2012. However, this set also includes another brooch featuring 3 thistles, which is also believed to be part of the same collection. Another fascinating brooch in Queen Elizabeth II's collection includes amethysts among its colorful array of gemstones. This is the Sri Lankan trumpet brooch, presented to the Queen in 1981 by the Mayor of Colombo during her visit to Sri Lanka. The brooch is designed as an elegant floral spray, crafted in yellow gold and adorned with a variety of colored gemstones. The Royal Collection describes it as featuring pink, blue, and yellow sapphires, garnets, rubies, aquamarine, and possibly amethysts, making it one of the most vibrant and unusual brooches in her collection. Though the Queen did not wear this brooch frequently, it certainly stood out whenever she did. One of its most notable appearances was during her meeting with the President of Sri Lanka at Buckingham Palace in 2015, where she once again used her jewelry to emphasize diplomatic ties and friendships between nations. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the iconic pearl and sapphire jewels in Princess Diana's collection. However, she also owned a fascinating amethyst set that remains relatively unknown. While the exact origins of this jewelry are uncertain, it is believed that the set was a gift from Prince Charles. The design reflects the modern jewelry trends of the 1980s and includes a pair of earrings, a choker necklace, and a bracelet. The earrings are minimalist in style, featuring cabochon amethysts surrounded by diamonds set in gold. The first documented appearance of these jewels dates back to 1985, when Diana wore the earrings along with amethyst clasps on a pearl necklace and bracelet at a gala event in Cardiff. Later that same year, she paired the earrings with the Spencer tiara for a banquet at Government House in Canberra. Over the next several months, the Princess of Wales repeated this ensemble at various formal occasions. In 1987, Diana debuted a new amethyst bead necklace featuring cabochon amethyst elements, and around the same time, she also began wearing the matching bracelet in public. Following her divorce, Diana retained the jewels and continued to wear the earrings and bracelet. After her tragic death in 1997, her jewelry collection was inherited by her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. However, the amethyst set has never been seen again. Perhaps its distinctly 1980s aesthetic does not align with the styles of Catherine, Princess of Wales, or the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. That being said, the elegant simplicity of the earrings could allow them to be effortlessly incorporated into a modern royal wardrobe, if they ever resurface. Personally, I would love to see Catherine wearing them. What about you? Another notable amethyst jewel associated with Princess Diana was an extraordinary cross pendant set with square-cut amethysts and diamonds. This cross, created in the early 1920s by the Gerard Jewelry House, features a unique fleuret design characterized by intricate decorative elements. Diana never owned the cross. It remained part of Gerard's collection. But because she famously wore it, the jewel has become closely associated with her. Diana first wore the amethyst cross in October 1987 at a charity gala for Birthright, a patronage she actively supported. For the event, she chose a luxurious gown by Catherine Walker, featuring dramatic Baroque-inspired ruffled detailing and a plunging neckline. The cross was suspended from a long strand of pearls, while her diamond and pearl drop earrings, a wedding gift from the Emir of Qatar, completed the look. It is said that Diana borrowed this cross multiple times for private events. After her death in 1997, the jewel was purchased by Naeem Attallah, a Palestinian-British publisher and CEO of Asprey, which had briefly merged with Garrard. Attallah, who was reportedly a friend of Diana, kept the cross in his private collection until his passing in 2021. In January 2023, the Attallah family decided to auction the pendant at Sotheby's in London. Given its connection to Diana, the cross attracted considerable interest and ultimately sold for £163,800, approximately $200,000. In 2024, the pendant once again made headlines when it was revealed that its new owner was Kim Kardashian. In early November, she wore it to a red carpet gala in Los Angeles, styling it with a short pearl necklace layered with other pearl jewels. This marked the first public appearance of the cross since the auction, and while the overall look sparked much discussion, the pendant itself remained the focal point, continuing its legacy as a symbol of elegance and history. Amethysts are not frequently seen in the British royal family's jewelry collection, but Queen Camilla seems to have a particular fondness for them. One of the standout pieces in her collection is an elegant three-strand pearl choker featuring a large amethyst clasp surrounded by diamonds. This jewel was part of her wardrobe even before she joined the royal family, becoming a signature piece of her personal style. Camilla first wore it in 2002, during her first official public engagement. The significance of this necklace grew in 2005 when she wore it on the day of the official announcement of her engagement to Prince Charles. Over the years, Camilla has frequently chosen it for receptions and formal events. In December 2024, the necklace once again caught public attention when Queen Camilla wore it to bid farewell to the Emir of Qatar and his wife, pairing it with an elegant purple cape. Another amethyst necklace in her collection is a four-strand pearl choker with a carved amethyst and diamond floral clasp. This piece perfectly complements her statement amethyst earrings, making it one of the most recent additions to her jewelry box. The earrings themselves are an impressive royal jewel. The upper part features round amethysts surrounded by diamonds, while the lower part consists of large amethyst drops, also framed in diamonds. Camilla has worn these earrings since the early years of her marriage to Charles, and they pair beautifully with her other amethyst jewelry. Another remarkable amethyst jewel in Camilla's collection is a delicate diamond necklace with a refined and elegant design. Amethysts and diamonds are set in gold in a frieze pattern with decorative gold accents resembling stars. The design is reminiscent of Victorian-era jewelry, though its origins remain unclear. Camilla has worn this necklace since the early years of her marriage, consistently pairing it with her amethyst and diamond earrings. She first appeared in it in November 2005. One of Queen Camilla's most historically significant amethyst jewels is an amethyst sautoir necklace that once belonged to the Queen Mother. This necklace holds particular importance as it was a wedding gift from Queen Alexandra to her future daughter-in-law, Lady Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, in 1923. In my previous video, we discussed Queen Alexandra's deep affection for amethysts. She owned a spectacular amethyst tiara and necklace, both of which, unfortunately, left the royal family. That's why it is particularly heartwarming that this gift to the Queen Mother has been preserved to this day. The necklace consists of strands of pearls set with diamonds and round amethysts, with a large heart-shaped amethyst pendant surrounded by diamonds as its focal point. When originally gifted, the necklace was longer, in keeping with the fashion for sautoir in the 1920s. However, as such necklaces fell out of style, it appears to have remained unworn for many years before being shortened to a more practical length. For decades, it remained in the Queen Mother's collection, rarely making public appearances. However, in 2012, Camilla brought it back into the spotlight, wearing it to the premiere of the James Bond film Skyfall. By this time, the necklace had been shortened, but its defining features, the amethyst heart, pearls, and diamonds remained intact. For the occasion, Camilla complemented the necklace with her favorite amethyst and diamond earrings. Given Queen Camilla's clear appreciation for amethysts, do you think she might ever wear the Kent amethyst parure? Another notable piece in Queen Camilla's private collection is a pair of Pansy brooches. Unlike grand tiaras or serious historical heirlooms, these miniature brooches have a unique charm and are likely a family heirloom. Made of 14-karat yellow gold, the brooches are decorated with enamel in deep purple and vibrant yellow hues. The petals are edged with clear rhinestones, while the center of each brooch features a small pearl nestled in a yellow enamel setting. The style of these jewels is reminiscent of late Victorian and early Edwardian jewelry, when floral enamel designs were especially popular. In Victorian symbolism, pansies represented "think of me," making them a popular romantic token. If a single woman found a pansy left for her by an admirer, it could mean either "I am thinking of our love" or "think of our love." Camilla has worn these brooches for many years and has experimented with different ways of styling them. Most often, she wears them one below the other, but occasionally she places them on either side of her jacket's collar or uses them separately. Amethysts may not be the most frequently seen gemstones in the British royal collection, but as we've explored today, they have certainly played a fascinating role in royal history. What about you? Do you have a favorite amethyst jewel? Are you a fan of this regal gemstone? And which amethyst piece would you most love to see worn again? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos about royal jewelry. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.